Boss like P90X. Boss like we write the checks. Now floss like we like the flex. Bust down, bust down, bust down.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
1-1, ready? 11 MT tank. 11 MT tank.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd and 1. Burrow on the right side. This is Miller. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Bengals at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there of 20 yards. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
11 Thomas.
Now it's Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Anyone who watched Najee Harris at Alabama knows the kind of strength that this guy runs with, and he's continuing on that path here at the next level.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here we go.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
A first update now out of Jacksonville. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Early lead in that one for the Packers. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Trucks over him. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Another impressive drive. So they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimal level.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make the score 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Let's get set. 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Burrow.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And some room to roam now. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Well, fans of old school football, they got to be loving this partner. All 3 drives so far have ended in a touchdown, and all 3 on the ground.
And when you say fans of old school football, count me in, because you just don't see ground games dominate the scoring by pounding the rock like this anymore. To me, this is refreshing.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Done.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because
he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Throw left side complete to Chase. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. And Burrow going to throw again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals get a bit closer. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
They find some open field here. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. 183 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Well, every quarterback, especially a rookie quarterback, loves to have plays like that from a guy running the ball.
Takes a lot of pressure off the youngster, doesn't it? He doesn't have to throw the ball in bad situations. Just turns around, hands it to his big horse. And we've seen rookie quarterbacks ride great runners right into the playoffs.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Second and 5. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds Pickens over the middle.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. And he's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
He'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Boswell's kick is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's got some space here. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And now ball going to be intercepted yet again. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. A nightmare of the first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is taken in at the 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. 45 yards. And the Steelers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the route is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. Now perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Again, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll start the drive with Harris. And some space here. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 72 yards on the ground. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
The Bengals take over at first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now Burrow on first down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On one, ready?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Burrow looking to pass. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Again, it's Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Now Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
And with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 16, Burrow. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here we go. 11 MT, take.
Burrow on third down. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down. Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Moore, the man in motion. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to throw here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the best.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over here up near the 40. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment.
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
They hand this off to Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25. The partner is still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now here's another carry for Harris. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. From the 27, Burrow. And this is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
12.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
11.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That is taken in by Hurst. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
To throw again on 2nd down, Burrow. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Here's Burrow. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. He's got it at the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 34.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Harris. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodon.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point now by Boswell. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Steelers 54, Bengals 14. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Bengals drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally...
And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Steelers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 43 yards.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, It's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Asking them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
Harris going to get it again on second down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. You know what? I know it's fourth down and they've got a big lead, but go for it.
Yeah, and why not, right? Because they have the big lead. But don't you have to have a little bit of admiration for these guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've been shoved around this entire game, and they're making a nice goal line stand here. It would be fun to see them stop them on fourth down, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's like putting whipped cream on broccoli at this point.
So what you're saying is they're going to go for it on fourth down. They're going to get it, aren't they?
I would.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
A final shot now for Burrow. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Pittsburgh, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.